Now that we have our strum guitar, we're going to go ahead and put in the arpeggiated guitar. All right, so that part that goes through the chord and plays those short arpeggios. Do-boo-da, do-boo-da. All right, so I forgot to change my grid back from 64ths once I was done creating that strum by stepping the beginning of the notes. So I'm going to change this back to 16th notes because the only note value that we need is 16ths, but we need 16ths. So one of the things I have in this document shows you the notes. So these are slight variations on the chords. They're the same chords. This is actually not correct because I decided to call it G flat in the second inversion, or in the first inversion. So what we're going to do is put in these 3 notes per chord, and they fill every 16th note. So it's a 4-measure loop, and the end of measure 2, there's an extra G flat, but we'll get to that. And basically, actually it's 2 measures. There's total 32 notes because it's 16th notes. So 2-measure section, 32 notes. So just make sure as you're putting in your notes, you're not skipping any 16th note grid value. There's going to be a note in every grid square. I'm not going to use my pencil tool. I have gotten used to, if I'm using the Smart tool, I can double click in a square and get my note. So I'm going to go to A flat, and I'm not totally sure that this is the right. Okay, so here's a great learning. I double clicked and the note that came up was not 16th notes, it's an 8th note. So that is telling me over here somehow this has gotten away from doing what I like it to do. The MIDI note duration is 8ths. If I click on that, what I wanted it to do is follow the grid so that when I change my grid to 30 seconds, it draws in 30 seconds when I change it to 64ths or 8ths or what have you. So I'm going to put in A flat, then I'm going to go up to E flat, double click, and then I'm going to go up to B. So I'm in the 3rd 16th note. It does this twice. Am I right? Yes, I am. Then down to B. Or is it up to B? We'll go up to B. We are on B flat, G flat, and E flat. I mean, when we're just copying notes like this, it can be a little bit hard, but plays that one 3 times. My dog's having a nightmare at the moment. And then on the way down to the next chord, it plays right here. Another G flat. And then it goes down to B flat. So that was B flat. We are on beat 1 of measure 6. Dude, what's wrong with you? G flat, B flat, again, an octave. That doesn't sound right, does it? Yeah, I think. A flat, empty, A flat, empty, E, A flat again. And we do that. Plays 3 times. And then back down on that extra E. A flat, E, A flat. All right, so we now have two guitar parts, our strum, our arpeggio. The arpeggio goes all the way across until the chord comes back. Jeez. Okay, so again, we can highlight the first measure. We can highlight the second measure by holding Shift and clicking with our grabber tool. And in this case, we can also hit Command C, which is under Edit and Copy, and just come back to where we want to paste it. So I'm going to very carefully place my cursor in grid mode at measure 65 beat 1, and I'm going to hit Command V or paste, and there I have my outro. And that's the guitar part.